Eufy 2C, Tapo C425, or Reolink Argus 3 Pro. Straight up, the deciding factor here isn't resolution or design. It's how each one handles storage and battery without bleeding you on monthly fees. All three skip the subscription trap, but they're not built for the same buyer. One fits if you want the cheapest path to local storage with a hub. Another if you care about color night vision and solar. The third if you want a true set and forget setup. Links below in the description. Storage. This is where the whole comparison really starts. The Eufy 2C is the only one that ships with its own home base included in the kit. That means you get local storage out of the box, no SD card to buy, and footage stays encrypted on the hub instead of floating in someone's cloud. For privacy-minded buyers, that's a real win. The catch is you're tied to that hub. If it acts up, the cameras act up. And there's a recurring complaint worth flagging. Only one camera per home base records at a time. So if two cameras catch motion at the same angle, one of them won't capture it. That's a structural limitation, not a one-off bug. The Tapo C425 takes the simplest route. Pop in a micro SD up to 512 gigabytes and you're done. No hub, no extra hardware, no encryption hoops to jump through if you want to pull footage off. Cloud is optional, never required. The only honest trade-off, in wire-free mode, it doesn't do continuous recording, only event-triggered clips, so you'll occasionally miss the first second or two of an event. The Reolink Argus 3 Pro gives you the most options. SD card up to 512 gigabytes on its own, or pair it with the Reolink Home Hub for up to 16 terabytes, and even RTSP/NAS storage. That last part matters if you already run a NAS at home and want full ownership of your video. No subscription needed in any setup. Straight up, on storage flexibility, the Reolink gives you the most room to grow. Now, battery. This is where wire-free either earns its name or annoys you for years. Eufy claims 180 days per charge, and the consistent feedback from long-term owners actually backs that up, even with multiple daily triggers. There's one opinion that stuck with me. Someone running these for years says the batteries genuinely hold around 6 months between charges. That's the kind of number that matches the marketing, which is rare. Downside, no solar option in this kit. When the battery dies, you're climbing a ladder. Tapo went bigger on the cell, 10,000 milliamps, and rates it up to 300 days. With the optional 200 solar panel, owners report it sitting at 100% almost permanently, even on cloudy weeks or facing away from direct sun. That's the sweet spot for set and forget. The Reolink also pairs with solar, and the panel is included in this bundle. When it works, it works. But there's a real concern in the feedback. A few owners report the built-in battery degrading after several months, and since it's not user-replaceable, the camera essentially becomes disposable when that happens. Not everyone hits this, but it's showing up enough to mention. If solar keeps it topped off, you may never notice. If your mounting spot gets poor sun, that's where the trouble starts. Video quality. The Eufy sits at 1080p. And honestly, in 2026, that's the floor. Image is sharp, colors hold, but it's regular IR night vision, black and white after dark. The Tapo jumps to 2K with starlight color night vision and a 150-degree field of view. Faces, packages, the mail truck halfway down the drive, all readable. Zoom isn't its strongest area, but the wide view compensates. The Reolink pushes it to 5 megapixel with both spotlights and IR, so you choose full color or black and white at night. Owners consistently mention reading license plates from across the street and recognizing faces from over 40 feet. For pure detail after dark, this one is ahead. Motion detection. All three do human and vehicle detection. Eufy's body shape recognition is accurate when it fires, but the choppy playback some owners describe on recorded clips is a real pattern, not a one-off. The Tapo can get jumpy on windy days until you tune the sensitivity zones. Then it settles down. The Reolink's PIR is the most aggressive out of the box, which is good for catching everything and annoying until you draw your zones. None of them fully solve the missed first-second problem on battery cameras. That's physics, not brand failure. On setup and connectivity, the Tapo and Eufy stick to 2.4 GHz Wi-Fi, and Eufy adds HomeKit support if you live in the Apple ecosystem. The Reolink is the only one with dual band, 2.4 and 5 GHz, which matters if your router is far from the mounting spot. App-wise, Tapo and Reolink feel modern and quick. The Eufy app has a vocal group of frustrated long-term users complaining about updates breaking features, so go in knowing the software side isn't its strongest part. Price and value. All three sit in a similar range when you account for what's included. The Eufy bundles the home base, which gives it real upfront value if you're starting from zero. The Tapo is usually the lightest on the wallet and tends to drop further on sales, especially with the solar bundle. The Reolink with the solar panel included lands in the middle, and Reolink runs frequent promotions on Amazon throughout the year. What you're really paying for differs. Eufy sells you the hub ecosystem. Tapo sells you simplicity. Reolink sells you flexibility and resolution. Here's the call. There's no single winner here, and I won't fake it. Each one nails its own thing, so your use case decides. If your priority is true set and forget with solar that actually keeps the battery topped off, the Tapo C425 is the smart bet. If you want the cleanest privacy story with local encrypted storage out of the box and HomeKit, the Eufy 2C earns it. Just know the app isn't its strongest part. And if night vision detail and storage flexibility matter most, the Reolink Argus 3 Pro pulls ahead. The Tapo tends to drop the most on sales, especially the solar bundle. Worth waiting for. And you, which one would you pick? Let me know in the comments. Links below in the description.